Hey there, welcome back to the table. So it's been a day since we finished the season and we're getting ready to start the next season. I did ask the question on whether you wanted me to lock it into Storm Above the Reich, and nobody gave me an answer one way or the other. So I guess it's not that important. And so what I'll do is I'm just going to roll the die as usual, and we'll just go with whatever it says. Now, I do want to make a very important clarification, and it's something that, well, it's actually a little annoying, but the clarification is good. But the fact that I needed to get it clarified is annoying. So, for example, we have here the deploy cable thing, and blah blah blah. If you have a miss, you remove the target marker, right? I had assumed that you deploy the cable and it's a one-time deal. So look at all these misses, right? You get all these misses, or you get these types of and only this matters, right? When you get these, like I was telling you, that's awful. And I was also telling you, page 24, go here. Now, a couple of things. Somebody made the comment that it says page 24 up here. Sure, it says page 24 up there. And it is for cable deployment, so I get that. I guess I was just trying to say that right here, page 24 is telling you how to resolve this better than page 40, because the collision check for page 40 assumes that you're doing it between a fighter and a bomber, or two fighters. Okay, but what's the exciting news that I'm trying to tell you here? The cable stays attached. So like if you miss, then you can try again the next turn, and then the next turn. So when you go through the mission turns, like when we drop the bombs, once the bombs drop, then you have to fly away. Our bombers can sit up here with a cable and just dangle that cable turn after turn after turn after turn until the thing finally hits. And when it does hit, it does like 4 damage markers. So does that mean that the cables have redeemed themselves and are not as crappy as I thought? Absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't they? The cables are absolute crap because most of the time they're going to miss. But now that you have the luxury of knowing that you can just park some bombers up in the high bombing, and you're dangling these cables and you're hoping that the cables will snag something, over time, statistics work in your favor. The more rounds you have, the more attempts you can do, the better your outcome. And you might actually get some of these to go down. And 4 damage markers is a lot. So, does it make the cables better than the bombs and, all that jazz? I have no idea. I mean, it definitely makes it so it'd be interesting to try. So if we do get a Storm Above the Map, or a Storm Above the Reich map, formation map, and deployment, right? So we're deployed over the Mediterranean. I will definitely be getting some cables if the mission parameters allow me to have a lot of turns, and B, no escorts, right? Because escorts can intercept you when you're up in that high bombing spot. So don't think that you can just sit there, twiddling your thumbs for round after round without any interception. So the escorts could still ruin your day. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. I thought that was actually a really cool aspect of it. And just as a reminder, the cables are expensive. That was the other thing, too, that was befuddling me. I can buy 4 bombs for 1 OP, but I can only buy 1 cable for 1 OP. Well, now I know why, because that cable can just sit there and linger and linger and linger. So, obviously, it's not allowed on map 1. And I don't think it matters which bomber it's attached to, which is also interesting. But you got to look at who can have a cable. Like your FW-190 cannot have a cable. Only the BF-110 can have a cable, or the JU-88s. So in other words, it's going to be the BF-110s, because the JU-88s are, well, first of all, they're not even 1943 mid. But the other thing is that they're more powerful with rockets. That's not even a debate. But here's what's crazy. Look here. BF-110, no cable or rocket in 1943 mid. So the 1943 mid, we can't have cables, even though it says right here you could have cables. So there's nobody on here that's allowed to have a cable. This guy can have a cable, but he's 43 late. This one's 43 mid, but it says no cable. And then up here, there's no cable listed. So I don't know what the designer was thinking. And maybe I should get on BGG and look this up, because this makes absolutely no sense. Why would cables be available in 1943 mid and nobody can actually use the cables? Yeah, that's a bunch of bunk. So I don't have an answer for you on that. So I guess I could try to do, yeah, I'll pause the video real quick. Let me see if I do a board game search to see if there's some clarification on cables. Okay, I didn't spend an awful lot of time looking, but I could not find anything in my search criteria that showed me that anybody even made a post about cables, other than that it's a new thing in Storm Above the Reich. So I'm all the more angry about Storm Above the Reich. It just seems like every time I get excited about something in it, then it gets like the carpet gets yanked from underneath my feet. Okay, so let's roll and see if I'm going to spend 10 missions of misery in Storm Above the Reich, or if I'm going to have 10 missions of joy in Skies. So here we are. We're in 1943 mid, and it's still a 50-50. So 1 to 5 will be in Germany, 6 to 10 we're going to be in misery. And there we are, we're in misery. So we will be doing Storm. And so we're doing 43 mid, Mediterranean. And we're going to do mission 1 out of 10. And God help us all. So here we go. I rolled a 7. So we're on Mediterranean. We're going to do map 6. So I guess the good news is we'll start seeing some of these new maps. And I got to purchase and do everything from the Storm sheet, which has its pros and cons. The whole cable thing is definitely a big con. So we're going to do map 6. Sorry, I'm folding it. I'm getting there. Formation map 5. Formation map. This one should be 6. Where the heck is the formation? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Formation map 6. We've seen this one before. This is that one where it's just this big long chain. And I think the only thing that's problematic about it is that they really don't defend each other very well. So, but at the same time, if you're doing like bombing on them, it was really hard, because if you miss the element, it doesn't necessarily hurt anything else. Okay, so we got our new, this is our new purchase criteria, and we got to get out, and then on the other side of it is our mission setup criteria. So let's do that. And we're in 1943 mid. I just rolled a 2, so that's an inbound mission. We're starting hot right from the start. I do have -2 OP because of this nonsense. So this was map 6, and we're inbound, and now I have 4, 6, or 8, which is an atrocious amount of OP. I did roll a 9, which is 6. So am I going to spend 7 experience points just to get 2 OP? Yes, I will. So I will spend 7 from 42, and I won't necessarily put in the math yet, but obviously that puts me 35. But Now we get to spend 6, right? Because I have a -2 OP penalty, and that's the part that hurts. So I'm spending 7 just to get rid of the penalty, and we only get 6 points. We're going to eventually get 8, because of the vector map. And like I said, I can't even do the dang cable because the cable, for whatever reason, is not allowed. Even though it says the cable's available. So that's a stupid rule. These MC202s, I don't see any value in them whatsoever. You get 2 of them. They have no attachments. You do get them early. Italian fighters, I guess, weren't the greatest thing in the world. They're the same as a BF 109 in terms of strength. You can get 2 of them. I don't know. I just don't, what's the value of them? You would use them to maybe go after and harass escorts. That's what they're for. So if you're in the vector map, you can use them as a group, right? Make them individual groups. That way when escorts join the vector map, they go after these MC202s, and then they don't hurt your bombers. But gosh darn it, you have to spend an OP for 2 of them. That's probably not a bad idea, though. If you recall, the vector map's going to be brutal for Mediterranean. And then, of course, we can get our staff. And what else is available in 1943 mid? It's just, I can only get 3 BF-110s instead of 4, so it's not even as many. But we can still do cannons, and it's still 1 for 3 cannons. So here we go. Here's 3 cannons for 1. Let's do the Italian fighter thing for 2. So I get 2 of those. And then I have 3, 4, 5. I will take Barr, Ifland, and Schmidt for 3, 4, 5. And this is a pathetic showing. I mean, how am I going to take stuff down with crap like this? I can't even do like a Schwarm. So I got 1 more. I can get 3 BF-110s. And just because I want to be variety on the color, I can get the gray ones. So that's for 1 more. I can't even get cannons for them, but yes, I can because I will. I just don't. I don't like it. I think that if these were able to get cables, I would be a lot more excited. And yes, I know I've been obsessed with it since we started this video. I was so like, I want to get cables. Let's try it now. It actually looks like it might work. You know what? I'm going to try to do a Schwarm instead. And I can't do Schwarm with 3. I have to have 4. So that means, looking at my pilots here, I'm going to get Aaron's. Okay, so we're going to have 3 of these. Now, as you know, the vector map is going to give me 2 more. So for the 2 more, I'm going to get Frey. So there's my 4. I got my 1 guy who can help them swarm. I got my 2 distractions and my 3 cannons. And I'm going to just get 3 more cannons. So that way I can, everybody here has a cannon, and I can even give a cannon to one of those guys if I need to. But I sort of don't because I want them to be the dogfighters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, one of them will get a cannon. I'll sort that out later. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. I don't think I can do much else. I really wanted to use those cables. All right. It is a, this is a high value map. Well, the one thing I will say is that these tend to look like they're easier to attack than the B-17 formation. So if anything, I give it credit that, you know, maybe we get less OP, but we could still make a dent. I don't know. All right, so now we got to roll for the escorts, and we're on inbound. And I rolled an 8, which is a pretty decent roll. So what that means is that they're going to be there until turn 8 because they're coming in. And so they'll escort them until turn 8 and then they will leave. That is awful. This is even more awful. That means they're there the whole time. And then this one means not only are they there the whole time, but it's a full heavy squadron. So for 7 experience, this is the beauty of this map. I'm going to spend 7 more and have no escorts. Screw you. So then you might be wondering, well, hold on a second. Why'd you do this? What that's for, these are for the vector map, because I'm concerned about the vector map. And you'll see why in a second. So I just spent 14 experience. Now, why am I doing that? It's an inbound mission. We get 2 victory points for every kill. I mean, that's worth pursuing. And having no escort is amazeballs. Okay, so we get this done. This goes away for at least a little bit. We get out the new situation book that opens the other way. And this is map 6 inbound, page 7. And I'm just going to roll, and then I'll show you the outcome real quick. We rolled a 10, and the 10 is right here. So we have 1 damage on this guy, which would be here. So let's do that. And I got a fuselage. Oh, and it hit. So that means this guy's down. So he's fallen before we even get there. What stinks is this would have been a kill. That's a 3 elevator damage. So we would have been able to get a kill, but I mean, it means that that one element's already weaker to begin with, so I guess no harm, no foul there. Tactical points. A 7 is 3 tactical points, which I'm going to move up to 5. And then the flight limit is a 9, which is 9. So that's almost 1 for 1, and I will move that up to 11. So with 11 turns and no escorts, this is a pretty good day. So let's see. Oh, we got to do anchored. I got ahead of myself. So I'm rolling a 4 for anchored, so the tail is anchored. And that could be a problem. It's tail low. That's the anchor. And the sun. I just rolled a 3. It's high flank. That could possibly be helpful. So we can have a sun advantage from the side. And we're done. It says no contrails. And yes, when we do finally have contrails, I'm going to have to look them up again. It's just so rare that you get them, right? All right, so just trying to find some room to put the vector map here. So why am I so concerned? Look here. We had stragglers in Germany going all the way down to 12. Here, we only have stragglers at 15 or more, and that's an escort. And see there? That's another escort. There's 2 more. And in Germany, we only had 1 escort, and that was here. If I rolled a 2 to a 4, which was awful roll. Here, I got escorts coming even when I get a good roll. And then look up here. Only an escort if I roll 2 to 6. If I roll 2 to 6 over here, I get 3 escorts. I get another escort at 7 to 10. I get another one at 11 to 14. So from 2 all the way to 14, I'm getting an escort. So what's the chances of me getting an escort? It's really good. I mean, rolling a 15 or higher is not a guarantee, and not even in the slightest. So that's the whole Italian strategy. My Italian stallion. All right, let's go. So we got one group here, our swarm group, and then our Italians, each of them being their own group. And as far as cannons go, the cannons are going to be everything here and everything that's also here, plus here, and we'll pick this guy, okay? So this is the only one that won't have a cannon. And he will be the first one the escorts are going to intercept. So that's the strategy, right? We're going to let him take the heat. So I rolled a 17, which is fantastic. A 17 is 2 stragglers. Now, I wanted to do Schwarm. I wanted to do all this stuff. But I'm telling you, 2 stragglers, that's already 4 victory points if I can just go get them. So as much as I love Schwarm and all that stuff, I mean, this might be the thing. All right, so I got the 2 stragglers at 17 or more, and I'm just going to roll 2 dice, and I want 2 evens. And I got 1 even, 1 odd. So let's do the odd one first. Okay, the odd one is an engine. So not a guaranteed kill there. If I send a Schwarm guy, I'm not going to get Schwarm anymore. I'm not sure that's a bad thing. I would love to maybe send one of these Italian ones, but, you know, to be quite honest, I want the kill because I want the 2 victory points. So we're going to send our best of the best, and you know who that is. It's Ifland, and Ifland will go, and he will only use the 2 TP that comes with it. So we're going to save our TP, which we have 5. And now we got an even guy. So here's 2 damage. And the first one is a wing for 2 and fuselage for 2. So it's pretty much across the board. Who are we sending after this one? Again, this is not a guarantee. So I think we should send... Gotta go look at my pilot skills here. Barr is not a bad choice. Neither is Schmidt. Frey only has luck. Aaron's only has luck. We'll send Barr after this one. And how many tactical points am I going to send? I'm going to send him with... We'll send him with 2. So it leaves me with 3. All right, so my best laid plans have already been ruined. Although, you know, these are actually good news. I mean, we got 2 bombers down. So on we go. 1, 1, 1, and 1. This cannon's going to go over to Barr. All right, let's roll the 2 dice again. I will probably not get lucky and get a 17 again. That was already a very lucky roll. Oh, look at that. I got a 16. But this is exactly the thing. We get a straggler and we got an interceptor. And that T for the interceptor is for the... oh gosh, what type is T? P-40 Kitty Hawk? No. Thunderbolt. I think that's a Thunderbolt. Because the P is going to be the P-38. S is Spitfire, K is the Kitty Hawk, and M is the Mustang. Yeah, so it's going to be one of these guys. So this will intercept him. Okay, so that's Italian Stallion is going to go up against him. And I know we're supposed to resolve that right away, but I'm just going to... This is the order that things are supposed to be resolved. I think you know I like to just get rid of my vector map first. 1, 2, 3. Now, I guess it is possible that my fighter could come back. I highly doubt it. But let's go ahead and resolve it just because we don't do escort interceptions that often. Here we go. It is the Italian... Oh, no, that's the Romanian one. Where's the Italian Stallion one? Oh, same deal. MC202. Okay, that's the Italian. So we were in level. Oh, we could do evasion check. Hold on. The evasion check is 9. I rolled a 1. That was not a good evasion check. Now we do an altitude check. If we get a 7 or better, we can be higher altitude. That is not going to help me. I could spend TP, but I don't want to spend that much. 1 TP per altitude roll. I would need 4. I'm not going to spend 4. So, is my fighter higher than the escort? The answer is no. And I'm probably a no for outnumbering too, because there's only 1 of me, and there are 4 of them. So we're a no across the board. And we are against the P-47, which is in the middle. So, oh look, it says P-40 is a P. Oh, dang it. Let me look up and make sure what the P is. Okay, the P is P-47 Thunderbolt. The T, as in Tom, is the P-38 Lightning. So why the P-38 would not be the T and the Thunderbolt, the Thunderbolt should be the T because T stands for Thunderbolt. It makes no sense to me, but the P is actually the P-47. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do our roll. And like I said, we're on the bottom row here. I have a 50% chance of just dying. And then the rest is just a breakaway. So yeah, there's no love here. And the breakaway is awful because I have to have a BV value or otherwise it's going to, I think I might be in big trouble. All right, I just rolled a 10. All right, so I break away and I destroy this. Oh my gosh, I never expected that. So I just destroyed the escort, which is good. And this breaks away, which I believe goes home. And I know we've been through this before, but I did have a long day today, but 23. So in a breakaway, the escort is removed from play and may not come back. So even without the kill, we would have had that situation. I think I was thinking dogfight, which is fine. Because dogfight's the nasty one. That means that they can come back. The effect on the fighters is that the battle value has to exit. It says if the BV of removed fighters does not equal or exceed the escort number, one fighter is killed. Select the fighter with the highest battle value and check for bailout. So that's the part that I don't like. So the BV value is that they get killed even though the escort got killed. So I think what happens is I'm going to lose an OP and experience because this guy got killed. And it's because his BV value isn't enough to overcome the 4 that was written on the escort. Even though I rolled a perfect 10 and killed the guy. That makes no sense to me. I'm going to pause. Okay, yeah, it says that if you cannot, first of all, this is a single auxiliary, so it's worth 2 points. The BV value is 4 because that was what was written on the fighter. So I didn't match what needed to exit the map because my group just didn't have enough points. So I have to pick the highest value fighter and it's killed. And then you check for bailout. But remember, in our case, since it's an auxiliary, there is no bailout check. And right here it says, if there's an escort killed, it does not lower the escort number for applying a breakaway. So the breakaway is still enforced even though you killed the expert. So I just lost an OP and an experience point for something that I specifically put in place to mitigate these. And I'm not happy about that. I think this is a backfiring thing. I just don't know what the purpose of those Italian fighters are. They're worthless. This whole storm thing is worthless, but that's double worthless. Okay, and we're not done. We're going to get intercepted again and again and again for 10 missions. I am not looking forward to 10 missions of this. So here we go. Now we're going to do the final one. And I rolled a 9, which is not good. One person has to go home permanently, and we're now being intercepted by the Kitty Hawks. Okay, so which one's going to go home permanently? Well, you know, do I send the Italian guy home permanently, or do I let the Kitty Hawks intercept something more valuable? I don't know. I truly don't know. I mean, I'm basically going to enter this map with nothing. I'm going to have 11 flight limit turns to do nothing. Because 2 of these guys are going away, right? Whoever fights these Kitty Hawks is either going to get killed so I'm going to send Schmidt home. So good thing I bought a cannon for him. And yeah, the Italian is going to fight the escort because I don't want to lose. I don't want something to get killed because I don't have the VV value. Just awful. So let me grab a Kitty Hawk here. So we got this one. And oh, we can see if we evaded. So I need a perfect 10. Oh, I got an 8. Oh, dang it. I could have. I wonder what order you resolve these in. So here's what I'm saying. Like, do I have to choose the malfunction before I resolve this? Like, can I see how this plays out first and then do the malfunction? Because that's what I want to do. And you're going to see why. I'm going to do it because I don't think the rules says one way or the other. So I'm going to play this out. And I'm going to actually choose to accept a delay marker. So we evade this, which was a lowly 2. So this wouldn't have gotten killed. But we don't actually get intercepted, right? Because I was able to evade. And I guess you could argue that maybe, you know, you want to get like, you know, these low evasion numbers might be better, you know, because then you can evade better. I mean, there is some, it's starting to make maybe some of the zones more valuable than the one in the middle that I always do. But here's the thing now. Now I have a malfunction I have to resolve. And so I can make sure he's the one that malfunctions and goes home. So the MC202 goes home with his delay marker. And now I'm happy as a clam because Schmidt is still in the battle. That's what I think I get to do. I don't know. So I'm putting -1 OP for the next mission. And then another -1 for experience. And we got a lot of negative on the experience there. Let me check the rules and see if there's some simultaneous rule that I'm missing here. All right, we got some good news. The rule says that if there's more than one result, you apply them in any order you choose. And so I chose to apply the 1. We evaded, and then I could use him as the malfunction. So as part of his evasion, he malfunctioned. So why am I fighting so hard? Well, I want my 3 fighters to live for another day, right? So, but then what are we going to do, right? There's only 3 of them. We have 11 missions to sort that out. So, where would they enter? I would say we're going to enter nose low, because then we can go to the flank and come out of the sun. And I think there's some advantage to coming out of the sun with these guys. So we're going to come in nose low. And of course, this will be a, what am I trying to say? This is a situation where that would be the first turn of the game. But we still have other things to resolve before we get there. And I have 3 tactical points still left. And I'm going to, I'm definitely probably going to reduce the flight limit by 1 to give myself some 3 additional tactical points here. I think I will need those, probably more than I will need the game turns. But let's resolve these two, and let's hope we get 4 victory points, because otherwise this is going to be a really crappy mission. So we're still 1943, but it's not this pursuit map. It is the pursuit map for the tan B-24s. So it's this guy. All right, so we got the first one coming up, and we have two tactical points. Why? Because the engine, and then we have Ifland with his cannon. Let's roll for the engine. I rolled a 9. Not enough. He needs a 10. So off we go. So I'm going to do high TP. So this is nose high with a 0 threat. Nose high with a 0 threat is nothing. So I'm going to use his target, which will create a hit out of nowhere. And then his aim will add a hit. So we do 2 hits. And that's why Ifland rocks. And with his cannon, we're going to be drawing 4 tokens here. So here's the first 2. I got a wing and a fuselage. Well, this one is just a gunner. Oh, I forgot to roll for sun. Let's roll for sun. I rolled a 6. The sun, actually there is a sun, and it's here in the rear. Okay. The gunner is sort of nice because it reduces the threat, but I only have 2 TP. I need to bring this thing down, and that's 1 out of the 5 damage on the wing. So let's do that and then roll for the wing, and there's a 10 and the wing's destroyed. So bada bing, we did it. That's all we needed. I didn't need to spend any. I don't need to take any damage. That is a perfect shot, and Ifland does it again. So 1 scratch, 1 flat top. You know, these look sort of flat. All right, JB, how do I say scratch 1 flat top in German? Go ahead and put that in there, and I hope YouTube doesn't censor you. JB, by the way, keeps posting things in German for me. He's very helpful that way. He even posted Kenny Loggins' song, The Danger Zone, and Facebook keeps censoring him because his German stuff has like Nazi Reich, Third Reich stuff in it. And one of the things they censored him on is he did the German anthem, which they use today. YouTube, you suck. That's all I have to say. But anyways, I don't know why he got censored, but my apologies, JB. I have no control over that stuff. I don't know. I'm sure they're going to start coming after me for just talking about it. It's good to know we have liberty, and freedom. I don't think I ever asked a corporation to think for me. But anyways, here we go. We got 2 victory points for that, which that part's awesome. And we get 2 experience. I know this looks gobbledygook, but that's a -7, -7, -1, and then here's +2. And then the Ifland, the rich just keep getting richer. You can see there he has 3 experience points. He just leveled up again. So we get to grab another skill. And I'm telling you, now that he has target, where he can just create a hit out of nowhere, I think we should just add more targets. So now he can create 2 hits out of nowhere. And then give him another aim, so now he can create 4 hits out of nowhere. I mean, do you see how this is just going bonkers? And the game is designed to be this way, folks, for a reason. So make sure you take advantage of it. I will grab the sheet because I just want to make sure I'm not missing out on something that I was thinking I should do. But I think that is an excellent idea. So what do we got here? No, 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 no. Well, hell no. Hell no to this one. Mostly no to that one. I like it, but no. Definitely no. I love this, But to be quite honest, since he's our pursuer guy, these have turned out to be better whenever you're on the pursuit map. I don't know. I mean, aim, when you score a hit, you draw 2 damage markers instead of 1. Each counts. If you're equipped with cannon, you draw 2. And then another 2 for the second. So what happens if I have 2 aims? So if I get 1 hit here, do I get to use my aim twice? So now I'm doing 3 damage for... I think that the answer would be no. I think I would need to have a separate other hit for the aim to trigger a second time. How about that? But that's what I'm going to do. I'm getting aim again. We're going to obliterate. And then when he levels up another time, we're going to get another target. So then I'm going to do 4 hits. See, now that is the wicked part of the game. And none of that is in Storm Above the Reich. Oh, that's in Skies. So maybe I just love Skies Above the Reich and screw Storm. Okay, now we move to this one. 0 TP. I think I paid 2. So he goes up. He has 2 wing damage and 2 fuselage. Let's roll for the wing. I rolled a 2 this time. Bar is coming in nose high. Let's draw the card. Oh, got to draw for sun. I rolled a 7, so the sun moves here. And nose high. Bar gets a hit and does a hit. So that's not bad. What skills does Bar have? He has quick and luck. So quick doesn't help him, but he will use his luck to mitigate that hit. So no worries there. And then let's do the hit. And unfortunately, Bar does not have like aim or anything cool like the other cool kids do. So he has to use GoBots instead of Transformers, you know, because he's never the cool kid. All right, so we got a fuselage, which is a cockpit hit. Oh, we got 2 cockpits. Oh, big choice. I think I'm going to choose this one. No, that one. All right, and this is a 50%. 50% win, and we don't win. Okay, so that cockpit damage counts towards fuselage, though, so we're up to 5 on the fuselage. And now we go to return, and what do I want to do? I mean, do I want to spend 2 and take advantage of the sun? That way I can mitigate a hit if I get one. I think I want to just do tail level, because I only have 2 TP, and I want to maximize my hits, so let's do that. So tail level, determined, and it's a 2. So here we go. We take a hit, we do a hit. This time, my quick still doesn't help me, and I do have to draw the hit, which this could be disastrous. And that is not a bad one, so let's wish that away. Oh, that was a 1. I was looking at that 1, and my heart was like, no. This is Bar. He was the one that was in prison for all those times. He was wounded. But anyways, he made it through. And yes, we have a cannon. So let's hit this sucker, do 2 more damage. And I'm going to shuffle it up a little bit here. And 1 and 2. I have 3 in my hand. I need to get rid of 1. All right, here we go. We got a wing and a prayer. This is 1 short, and 3, 4, 5. That puts them to 6. I'm going to do the wing. And the reason for the wing is because we get to roll a die and see if we win. So this is a 5 to 10. It's just like the cockpit roll. Oh, come on. Did it again. All right, we're going to go back to tail level 0. I'm doing it again. Tail level 2, not 0. Tail level 2. All right, and so he's going to use his quick ability and switch to this one so he doesn't take a hit. And that's where the quick ability comes really in handy. So we're going to do a hit without taking one. And we're out of TP, so the fact that he went evasive doesn't bother me a bit. And here we go. Here's the 2. I got a fuselage for 3. It's a rudder. That's a kill. All by itself. That's a kill. But also 3, 6, 7, 8 is a kill for the fuselage. It's a kill because the 3 is on the rudder. And then this is a cockpit, which is also a kill for many reasons. So we killed him in several different ways. And Bar gets himself some experience, and that is all good. Good for the neighborhood. All right, so I'm getting really tired, folks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this mission. And somebody made the comment, I can't agree enough with it, that this vector map adds so much time to the game, and it does. I mean, I'm 45 minutes in, and I know I spent a lot of time dwelling on my OP points, but I'm 45 minutes in and we haven't even started the mission. So, okay, so here's what we got. Bar is getting 2 more experience. He is 1 away from getting another skill, and it's probably going to be aim, because we're starting to really like aim, and these FW190s are like my pursuit guys. They're turning into my pursuit connoisseurs. And then we come over here and we do get the 2 victory points, so we're up to 4, and the 2 experience. And technically we're at negative 1,000, but we are starting to eat up some of the experience. And yes, we are finally done. And I'm sorry, I have like a drawer that folds out in my my arms. I don't have a long sleeve t-shirt, and my arms are sticking to the table and causing it to slam shut. So my apologies for the loud noises. I'm sure it's coming through the camera awful. Okay, so how do I, with just 3 fighters, score more points? I mean, we scored 4 already, which is decent, but I need 40. I need 40, folks. So this is a 10 mission map, and the fact that I scored 4 means I'm already doing my part, right? You need to average 4 a mission, and I just got 4. So technically I hit my average. And so as long as I do this, 9 more times, I will win this mission. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to do this 9 more times. I mean, obviously I need to get more points when I can, so to make up for the times when I can't. But I guess there's no reason to panic. So mission 1, I come on. And so turn 1, there is no escort. We're going to reduce the flight limit by 1 so I can get 1, 2, 3 more tactical points. I think 6 will probably be enough between 3 fighters. So now the question becomes, okay, what do I do? Well, let's look at like our situation. We have our elements here, like this one is just a 2, and because this bomber's fallen, this element gets impacted, but not this one. So like the fact that a bomber falls out, it like only impacts 2 squares or 2 spaces that even matter, and both of them are like oblique angle spaces. So I could come in from the nose and actually do some damage. And if you think about it, over here, there's a nose plane up there that has only a 1 lethality or threat. That's not a bad option, right? So why spend all these turns, screwing around? Let's just start attacking. And that's the thing. So this guy is fallen, but he barely impacts the rest of the formation. So there's no reason to focus on that formation, because sometimes, like, when you're cracking away, you're chipping away at a piece of ice, right? You get a little piece to come off, and then you start picking off the rest of them. That's not as much true in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and, but there's only 1 up there. I guess I'm going to attack with just 1 of my guys. That's a weird way to go about it. No. I think I need to attack with everything. I'm going to go nose low. Now, the question is nose low, is that dangerous? Because, the little turret that's underneath, can really aim at you when you're coming in low. I don't know. I mean, that would be interesting to do an analysis there. But let's try it. I'm going to do nose low. So, let's see. Return, escort, recovery, blast and flak, cohesion. There's really just nothing. Oh, there is a cohesion check here. So on we're technically on mission turn 2, but on mission turn 1, I rolled a 1. Oh my gosh, that does change everything. That causes a loose to come out. And then on mission turn 2, so nothing happens. That means that this is now a 1 and that's now a 1. So now we're in great shape. Great shape. Okay, you know, remember the cartoon Grape Ape? That's what it reminds me of. Grape Ape, he's a wonderful guy. Grape Ape, he's as tall as the sky. The great Grape Ape. All right, so I'm gonna have the FW-190s attack here. And then Schmidt is going to attack that guy way over there, all by his lonesome. So we're going to come in head on from the nose low. They're all the same thing. I'm not going to get any bonuses just because I just don't have much oomph. This loose element is what made this a lot easier decision for me. And let's see, am I going to be determined or evasive? I'm going to be determined with all of them. And we're going to do a climb roll because I want the sun, right? We're going to roll climb that way, and it's for all 3 of them. Now, my issue is they all have luck, so I should be able to absorb 1 hit with all of them. But after that, I'm putting a lot at risk here. So who do I start with? Well, if I can take this guy down, then his level goes lower. So we're going to start with this guy. And let's do that. Nose, low, 1. Nose, low, 1, determined. So I progress 2 and I get a hit. That is fantastic. So I said I was roll climbing, so that means he would go into this space here. All right, and let's draw our hit. They all have cannons, so we're going to draw 2. And who is this guy? It's Aaron's. I need to look at his skill. I think he just has luck. Yeah, he just has luck. So we're going to do the cannon here. 1, there's an engine and a fuselage. So 8 and 7. This is a pretty hefty hit if we can get him to go down. But we're gonna go after the engine one because it's a lower number. So let's see if we can get. Of course we don't. So he's got an engine damage, and that's all we were able to do. Now we do continuing fire, and he's an FW-190. So we are in a space with 1 threat, not 2, because of the loose element. So we are here, which is good. Now here, if I roll an even, he gets damaged, or odd, I get hit. And how many times have I rolled an odd? Every single time, in fact. I don't think we've ever rolled an even yet. And we still haven't. This just... And it says you may not cancel the hit. I am so perturbed. Oh, and it's a rudder. And we failed. Well, actually, we don't roll yet. I apologize. We don't roll yet. But I'm going to get rid of the cannons. They're annoying. And this guy is going to return high. And I have the luck skill. But it says you may not cancel. So specifically on the card, because I rolled a freaking odd for the umpteenth time. Not happy. And that rudder is going to definitely be an issue. The only thing about rudder that I can say is FW-190, there's only a 30% chance of landing, but only a 10% chance of dying. And, you know, we should be able to, you know, we should be okay. But those are famous last words. All right, nose low. 1. Nose low, 1. We're taking a hit. And nothing else. And this guy is Frey, and Frey has luck. So he will use his luck, and he has to progress 1 space. So he will climb to there. And if we are roll climbing, we have to add a +1. He's in a space that's 0. It's a 1, but it gets a -1. And if climbing or climb rolling, break away to the tail position. So it does move up, right? But he still doesn't take a hit, and then he breaks away to tail instead of where he was planning on going. So I think we're okay because I was climbing, so I don't return to the anchored spot. I actually return to tail high. So I won't have to worry about that anchor problem. All I can tell you is if we were doing 1943 mid in northern Germany, we would have Ju-88s and we'd be using rockets right now. And I'm starting to think that I don't like Storm as much as Skies. Like, to me, Skies is better because you get, I mean, it is not fun only having 8 OP to do a mission. This isn't fun. I'm not having fun at all doing that. I have so much more fun when I have like 16 OP and I get to buy toys and use them. This, not so much. This seems to me like it's more about the vector map and less about the actual play. Okay, last one. Nose low 1. Nose low 1. And this is Schmidt. So I got to look up Schmidt's skills. Schmidt has quick and luck. So nose low 1 is nothing, but I can, if I'm willing to give him a jam, I can get a hit in and still use my luck to mitigate this. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take the jam. He doesn't get jammed this time, but obviously from here on out he will. And he used all of his skills. He used his quick, he used his luck. So all that just to get this hit in, but I think we need to get some hits in. So we got a fuselage and a fuselage. Neither of them are a roll, and they're both 3, so not much choice there. And the card said we're going to progress 1. So we will progress 1 this way, and that is a threat of 2. It's a BF-109, so I get to draw from a different pile. And you can see here a 2 is this, so he does take a hit, and that's not good. So I'm going to probably have 2 guys in the crapper. And that one, that's a decent one. Okay, so that brings us to the end. We go to mission turn 3. Nobody can move. We have a return over there. This guy returns to tail high. And then we have to do recovery now with these 2. So this one is a recovery of 2. There's a 5, so Schmidt makes it. And this one is recovery of 8. And I rolled a 7, so Aaron's is in the doghouse. But it is a rudder, so there might be some hope for us. And then we do cohesion check, which we have 2 of them. This one here is a 1, actually does reduce the cohesion. That is the weird rule with this, is that's not the way it works on Skies, but it's how it works here. And it's written right there. Then over here, it's a 3. And it goes down, so now the element is kaput. That may not stay that way. You got to really roll well to be able to, for that to make a difference. So we're down to 2 fighters now, and one of them is jammed, has a jammed gun. So I'm not very hopeful, not even in the slightest. So, okay, we go to mission turn 4. This one, I can do hightail if I want. I can, quote, hightail it. The rear is anchored, but that doesn't affect anything with this element. This would be a 0, but by the time I attack, it'll probably turn into a 2. But this, yeah, this would actually turn into a 1. See, because what's going to happen is unless this fails again, well, even if it does fail, this is going to improve. And if it passes, this is going to improve. So no matter what, this is going to be the situation by the time we attack it. And it's not a -2 here. It's only a -1. So this will become a -1. My thoughts is I need to attack her. What the hell else am I going to do? Frey still has his luck, I believe. I need to start keeping track. I'm realizing I may not have kept track. But I believe he still has his luck. That or I just call it a day and go home, and I don't want to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do anything with him. I'm going to wait. And here's why. If he does fail the element check, then this bomber is going to fall out. I know it's a long shot, but I'm gonna wait because otherwise Frey may end up getting damaged. And I need bombers to pursue whoever falls. And yeah, this isn't good. All right, so let's go do the cohesion check. I'm going to do up there first. Well, it passes. And then here, it passes, so this improves. So no gain for us. Then we go to mission turn 5. And all I'm gaining out of this is that this guy moves to here, so he can do a flank attack. But yeah, I'm just waiting another turn, and I don't know how productive that is. So what am I going to do with this guy? Am I still going to really wait? No, I'm too lazy to reach over and move him, but he'll do a tail high attack. All right, so let's do 2. Okay, that one passes. And let's do this one. It passes again, so nothing improved for us here. And yeah, so now we're doing a tail high attack. And this would be a 1. And this would be a 1. So let's attack this guy again with a 1. So I haven't done a good job of documenting who used what skills. I know Schmidt used both of his. I'm going to assume that Frey did not use his. And I know some of you are probably going to be able to correct me on it. I truly don't remember. That's my issue. But I'm going to just assume that Frey still has his luck. Because that is what he has, is luck. I thought Frey made it through just fine last time with no issues. So here we go. We are tail high with a threat of 1. Tail high with a threat of 1, and we got a nothing burger. Okay, so then we have to do continuing fire. Oh, I didn't say where he was going. I would have roll climbed over to the sun. So I am going to say this, if climbing into the sun, skip continuing fire, but just so you know, it was a win no matter what for me, so it wasn't like I looked at it and cheated, and sure enough, he makes it through, no damage. And now we go to mission turn 6. I guess we are going to use up all these turns. I'm going to go ahead and attack with my jammed guy. We're going to do oblique flank high out of the sun. We're going to do cohesion check up there, down here, and it happened. This guy went kaput. All right, so in order to get my out of the sun advantage, I have to go evasive, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be evasive, and we're going to attack this guy. And that means it's a threat of 0. So we're going to do that evasive, and then if I take a hit, I have the sun that is a guaranteed cancel, unless, of course, the card says you can't cancel. And that's what we're going to do. So oblique high with a threat of 0 is a collision check and a 3 and a hit. And yes, I keep forgetting to say where I'm going. I'm avoiding the anchor, so I'm going to dive roll towards the nose. And so the 3 would put me 1, 2 like this, which thankfully is only a 1 over here. And we got to do a collision check though. The collision check is no impact. Getting lucky a lot with that. So that will affect the cohesion check next turn. And we get to apply a hit, which is really good. Now he has this, oh, we have to roll because his gun is jammed. So I need an even. I get the even there. So we get to apply the hit. He has a cannon. I know it doesn't show it, but I took it off. There's another engine hit. And of course a fuselage, which is no die roll. That's a 7. I will take the 7 die roll because we need him to go down. And that 2 is not going to do the job. So he's got 2 engine hits on him. Not much else. All right, so this guy was evasive. Well, hold on a second. Oblique. Oblique high 0 is no hit because he's evasive. I did the wrong side. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. There was no collision check either. So cancel the flights. This and this go away. They never happened. All right, so this guy was climbing or diving, so he goes into the evasive return box. That jam roll, I rolled an even when I needed an even, and I actually got an even, and now it didn't count. That's how evil this even odd rolling has been for me. Even when I want it to count, it doesn't count. So nobody's fallen. The med alert is not helping me. So we move up to 7. This guy comes out. This guy moves up. And we're going to go ahead and roll for up there. Nothing. And then here, I need a 3 or less to make this bomber fall. And of course it doesn't, so it just keeps flipping back and forth. And now Frey is joining the fray. He has luck. But we're on mission turn 8. So he will join a high flank attack. The other guy is returning. This is for the other one. So it passes. This one passes. And now Frey is coming in. Oblique, I am going to do evasive so we can cancel a hit. This is going to be a threat of 1. This will be a threat of 0. I could move to here. I'm trying to take down this bomber, so let's try it. Oblique high, threat 1, evasive. This time I get the hit. That time I think I did it right. It does move 2, so he goes over to here. And I forgot to do continuing fire on that last guy. So let's do that. He was roll diving, so we get to skip. So much for that. This one is also roll diving. They're all going the same direction now. But we get our hit in, so let's do it. We have wing damage for 1, or an engine damage with a roll of 5. Let's get it. Let's get the 5. And of course we don't. Come on. So that goes out. Turns over. Oh no, we got to do continuing fire. I am roll diving, so we got a similar card. Okay, mission turn. We are on turn 9. There's only one more turn after this. This guy is an evasive, so in turn 9 he's moving to here, and then the one turn after that, I mean, he's basically done. He can't do anything. And we have this guy who can do a nose low attack with a jammed gun. This is awful. So we're going to roll for the upper cohesion. I'm going to roll for the lower cohesion. So here's my gripe. I just, you don't get that many OPs, and this is boring. This is absolutely boring. I'm just hoping and praying that the cohesion check will fail, or a gimpy with a half-mounted gun is going to take something down, and I got two guys that are just harassing a bomber group, and there's nothing they can do. It just seems so pointless. So we're nose low. This time we're determined. And yes, I'm going to continually go after this guy right here. So with it nose low, that's a threat of 1. Nose low, determined, threat of 1, and boom. We don't even hit. We take a hit. And then watch me lose my fighter because of this. Okay, Schmidt gets an elevator of 7. I'm going to roll that now. And off he goes to the death jam. All right, so elevator of 7, and I'm calling it. We're not even going to play out the rest. All I have is a fighter in a return box, so he couldn't intercept anybody even if they came out. Not a single bomber on the map fell. I mean, this one did because of some kind of incoming fire that existed before we even approached the situation. We didn't take out a single bomber. That's... I don't even know what to say. Had we had more OP, yeah, we could have taken more out. All right, and then here we go. We're going to lose more. So let's start with Aaron. I rolled a 6, so he crashes. I rolled a 9. He does come home alive. Okay, that part is good. I'm going to give him an experience point. Okay, Schmidt. I rolled an 8, which is really good. And the BF 109 is right here, so an 8 lands. So Schmidt makes it. At least that worked out. I was getting very perturbed if I was going to have to lose a pilot over this. All right, so what's our situation? We spent all of these experience points to create a wonderful scenario for us. We scored 4 victory points, which may not be a bad thing. We lost 1 OP for the next mission. We lost 15 and we gained 4. So we lost 11. So for 42, 32, we have 31 EP for the next mission. We spent a lot of EP to score 4 points. This is going to be a long season. It's 10 missions of this. I don't enjoy this at all. I mean, I'm half tempted to switch it to Germany North. Okay, thanks for watching. Stay awesome.